with the abstraction in object-oriented programming. So there are three type of classes are there. One is called abstract class. Okay. And now there is an abstract method. And abstract class, there is a concrete class. Concrete class. And the third term which we should know, which is called abstract method. Can anyone tell me which class is considered as an abstract class? Any idea? Now number one, sorry. No, class which is having class which is having at least one abstract method. One abstract method. So any class which is having one abstract method is called as abstract class. And number two, what is a concrete class? What are the concrete class? Class having all the method, all the complete method. Okay, so concrete terms is having class which is having all the complete method and data, and abstract class, any class which is having at least one abstract method is called as abstract class. Now question comes, what is abstract method? Now the question comes, what is abstract method? Only declared methods are considered as abstract method having no body in it. Okay, is it clear? So abstract method is a method which is having only declaration and not the definition. Definition is not there. Now you tell me, if you have public void message and flower bucket, and here I am writing system dot out dot println, and here I am printing hello, good morning. Tell me this is an example of abstract method or this is an example of complete method?
Concrete.
It's an example of concrete method or complete method. Okay, why? Because it has the declaration. The function's first line is nothing but called as declaration, and after declaration it has got the body in it. So it is an example of what? It is an example of complete function. So example of complete function. Example of complete function. Okay. Now let's see another example. Now I have a function like this, public void, and I have a msg1 semicolon. So after the function declaration, I am not having the body of the function, means there is no flower bucket and there is no code inside flower bucket. I am just closing the function after its declaration. So it is an example of which type of function? Incomplete function or complete function?
Incomplete.
It's incomplete. Okay, so can you make out the difference between the, so this is here we have only declared the function, and in this is here we have declared as well as we have defined. So that means the first example of the function is a concrete function, and the second example of the function is having only declaration, no body. See, this part is we don't have this part. If even if you have only flower bucket, no code inside, will it consider as a complete function or incomplete function? If a sorry,
Incomplete.
no,
Complete function.
Complete function. Say I am function having declaration and then after that flower bucket but no code inside. That means also it is a complete function because it has got the body, but body we are not making it do anything for us. Okay, that also it is a complete function. Whenever function for declaration followed with a flower bucket and within flower bucket anything is there or not, it considered as a complete function. Does it make sense? Understood? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So this is a complete function. This is also complete function. And when the second function became incomplete, when the flower bucket is not there, and at the end of the function declaration, we have a semicolon. Okay, clear?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Now you go with the design the definition. What is abstract class? Class which is having at least one abstract method. Now I'll create a class. I'll create a class. Suppose what I will do, I'll have a class and then I have a bike class. I have a bike class, flower bucket, and then I have a public bike, suppose public void. Uh, then suppose public void speed flower bucket. Tell me this is an example of abstract class or it is an example of concrete class?
Concrete class.
Yeah, it is an example of the concrete class. Why? Because bike class is having a one function and this function is abstract function or complete function.
Complete.
So all the function inside bike is nothing but a complete function. So that means it is not considered as an abstract class. It is a normal class. Okay. Now if I write something like this, suppose I am writing class bank, and over here I am having public void or integer, suppose integer get rate of interest. Okay. And over here, no, I don't have this thing. Semicolon, then flower bucket. Can you tell me now bank is a which type of class? It is an abstract class or it is a concrete class?
Abstract class.
It is an abstract class. Why it is abstract class? Reason?
Is an abstract method.
Yeah, it has an abstract. See, function name, return type, and the access modifier. After that, there is no body of the function. Flower bucket is not, the function is not following with a flower bucket. So it is nothing but a abstract method. And any class is having abstract method, it is an abstract class. So whenever a class having at least one abstract method, that class we are going to make it as abstract class using abstract keyword. Is it okay? Whenever a class having at least one abstract method, that class will convert into that class will be considered as an abstract class, and that class declaration should be add with the abstract keyword, and the function should be add with the abstract.
Sir, having no body in it means we are not passing the arguments, right?
No, argument is different and body is different.
So here, what we are trying to say by the definition, right?
1 second. See, what is the class over here? You tell me.
Bank.
Bank is having what function? You tell me.
What
What is the
function?
function bank is having?
Get rate of interest.
Get rate of interest. Okay. Now
Yes.
this function, you can have a now this function you can have a parameter something like that. Suppose integer amount.
Okay.
Now you tell me, is it a complete function or it is an incomplete function?
Incomplete.
Why it is an incomplete function? Because after that flower bucket and the code inside that it is not there. There is no definition of it.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so even though parameter, return type, function name, these are the part of the signature of the function, declaration of the function. But body of the function means the within a flower bucket code is nothing but the what function is supposed to do. That is the body of the
That
function.
is not there.
Yeah, and
And
body is
above
not
a
there.
concrete class means the above example, bike one.
Sorry. Yeah. It is a concrete class because it has got speed function. Bike class is having speed function, and speed function is a complete function. So it is not a abstract class. We are not going to use abstract keyword here. We are not going to use abstract keyword because it is a concrete class, because it has got concrete function. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, but bank is what? Bank I'll have to make it abstract because it has got at least one abstract method. It can have something, suppose bank can have something this also. Public, suppose integer deposit, and then integer amount, and then we have a body of this function. So within the body of the function, what I am doing, suppose balance equal to balance plus amount. Tell me, can we still consider bank as an abstract class? Go read the definition of the abstract class.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Class which is having
Yes, sir.
at least one abstract method. So bank class is having a one complete method, deposit, and bank class is having one abstract method. So any class having at least one abstract method will be considered as an abstract class.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so though the class is having some other complete functions also, but it will not consider as a abstract. It will consider the abstract class. But if this line is, I've commented it. If I comment this line, the get rate of interest functions, if I commented it, then can you tell me it will be abstract class or not?
No, sir.
No, that means bank is having only one function, deposit, and it is present with its complete declaration as well as definition. So bank will not consider the abstract class for a time being. Okay, and every function which is only declaration is there, that should be preceded with the abstract keyword. Fine. Okay. Okay, next thing, in abstract class you cannot create. In abstract class you cannot create object. Cannot create object of abstract class. Cannot create object of the abstract class, but you can extend the abstract class. Can be extended. Extended means what? Any idea?
Using extend scheme.
Yeah, that means abstract class can have the child class. Okay, abstract
Yes,
class.
parent and child class relationship.
Yeah, so abstract can be, since the abstract class we cannot create an object, but if I want to create an object of, if I want to but abstract class we can inherit in another class, and the class which is inheriting, so how we can inherit, we can write like this. Class, tell me, I want to have a ICICI bank class which would be the child of bank. So what would be the code for that? Tell me, guys.
ICI
ICICI
Class
Bank.
ICICI
Bank.
extends bank.
Bank.
extends, and then we have a bank. Okay, now I have a class. ICICI Bank, which is the child of abstract. So whenever you are going to, the abstract class got inherited by any other class, that the child class of the abstract has to be implemented the abstract method which was there in the bank. So which function needs to be defined in ICICI? Tell me. Yeah, so all the abstract method of the abstract class needs to be implemented or needs to be completely present in the class which is nothing but child of the abstract class. So over here I'll write public integer get rate of interest, open and close parent. Now it will have a complete function, because I'm implementing what is supposed to do, and what I'm doing, I'm writing return suppose 7 semicolon. So now this is how the abstract program in abstract class is being used in any Java program. We are going to have an abstract class which will have a abstract at least one abstract method, and the class which is extending that abstract class will have the implementation of all the incomplete function which is there in the abstract class. Clear? Understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next thing is what I'll have a public static void main string args. Now you tell me, I want to call the get rate of interest. I want to call the get rate of interest and it should return 7 to me. So what is the procedure? Which object you should create to call the get rate of interest and get the, so yeah, you have to create a child class object ICICI equal to IC equal to new.
I see.
Yeah, ICICI and new ICICI, and then how you are going to call the get rate of interest? Tell me.
IC dot.
IC dot get rate of interest. Yeah. What is the question? Please be louder. Yeah, oh yeah, the child class, which is the child of a abstract class, all the abstract function of the parent class should be implemented in child class. Okay. Getting? Okay, so so then all yes, you can define all the abstract function in the child class, or you can whichever you want to use, whichever you want to implement, that also you can define. Let's okay, we'll do one example for that. Now here I'll write integer x equal to get rate of interest, and I'll print system.out.println and here I will write x, display x. Let's go to a program. So my Eclipse is open, so I'll go for Eclipse only. Class. So I'm going to create a bank class. Okay, I'm going to create a bank class. It would be abstract class. See, from here, if you choose this one, it will become an abstract class. So I'll not choose it. I'll manually I'll do it. I'll create a bank class. Finish. Now bank, I will make it as a bank. I will make it as a abstract class. So public abstract class. Abstract should be before public. Abstract public class bank. What happened? In abstract is
RACT.
oh yeah.
Spelling mistake.
TRACT abstract, no? Yeah. So we have a abstract class bank. Within a bank, why the bank we are making it as an abstract? Because it has a abstract method. Abstract public integer get rate of interest. Okay. Now it is a abstract method because I am putting semicolon without definition or without the body. Okay. Now what we will do, I am going to create another class. And here I'll have suppose ICICI bank class. It will have the main method. Suppose click over here. So in the ICICI bank, I will make this one extend to bank. Okay, so whenever you make extend to back, see, it is giving an error. Why it is giving error? Tell me. How you are going to resolve this error? Yeah, all the abstract function which is there in the bank, you have to implement in this class. Means you have to define in the ICICI class. Otherwise, it will throw error. Getting? So place the cursor. Go for add unimplemented method. So see this, we are override get rate of interest unimplemented method. Now you do return 7. Got it? So that means whenever you are having a child class from an abstract class, the child class of that abstract class must and should have the definition of all the abstract method that is there in the parent class. So if in a bank, if I have another abstract method in a bank, if you go to bank, in a bank I have another abstract method, abstract public, and then suppose void message. Void message. Tell me, message is a abstract method or it is a complete method?
Abstract method.
Abstract method. See, against ICICI is throwing an error. So again, place the cursor. What you need to do, the message also you have to implement over here. Got it? And then you are having something like this. And here you are writing something like this, hello. Okay. Okay, so now there is no error. So what you have learned, abstract class will have at least one abstract method, number one. Number two, abstract class cannot be initialized, cannot be initialized with the object, or you cannot instantiate it through object. Then abstract class can be extended, and the extended class of the abstract must and should implement all the function which is there in the abstract class as a abstract method. Okay. Now suppose in a bank class you have a something normal function, public void, suppose display flower bucket dot out dot println, and here we are writing good morning. Suppose the display function is it is a which type of function, concrete or abstract? Display is a complete method or abstract method? Complete method. So do you need to implement this? No, further implementation is not required because it is present with its complete signature in the bank. So now ICICI will not throw any error for the function which is incomplete in bank abstract class. Now you tell me which object I will be creating in main. Public static we have like this flower bucket. I am going to create an object of ICICI. IC equal to new ICICI. Okay. Now you tell me how to call the get rate of interest with a IC object. I will call get rate of interest. Get rate of interest, and this I will be putting it in the system.out.println. So print the get rate of interest. Println this one. IC dot get rate of interest. Okay, so that is the thing. What is the problem here?
Semicolon.
Semicolon. Okay. Okay. Next thing is what? Now how to call the MSG which is implemented in the child class? Same like this. Okay. So IC dot what do you do? MSG. IC dot MSG. That's it. And how to call this function which is there in the bank? Display. Any idea how to call it? IC dot
display method.
Display. IC dot display. So your code is done. What is the problem?
Two main methods are there.
Oh, two main methods are there. No, yeah. So I'll delete this one. Okay, now if I run it, run ICICI. Yeah, you have a question. I'll just see to that. Don't worry. So you have a 7. Hello, good morning. This is how the program where you are having an abstract class is being written. The abstract class will be the parent, and the child of all the abstract class will have the implemented method of the abstract class, and the rest of the thing goes like this. Yeah, tell me. Someone is saying some question he is having. Yeah. No, see, when you have a child of a bank, which is ICICI or PNB or any other bank, so that in that you have to implement all the abstract function which is there in the bank, otherwise it will throw error. If I comment this line, where MSG is defined, see it is throwing error over here. The ICICI must implement the inherited abstract method bank.msg. Getting? So you have to implement all the abstract method in an abstract class who is extending that. Fine. Yeah. Any other questions till so far? Till here?
No, sir.
No, no. Okay. And, very good question. Very good question. Child class can be an abstract class. So when child class will become abstract class, if I have like this, public void, okay, and we have a suppose show semicolon. Now tell me. Yeah. So we are going to write over here abstract.
We have to use abstract in the class.
Yes, correct. The method requires a body. So whenever you have a abstract method in a or it is a bank only. So we'll not do this one. We'll go to ICICI.
No, this is ICICI.
ICICI, right? Okay, over here I have a abstract public void show and semicolon. It is incompletely present, and then we are going to make it this one as abstract.
It's RST.
Yeah. Okay.
Top also in second line.
Okay. Now see, I'll remove this part. Okay. Now we have a now the child ICICI is nothing but another abstract class. Why? Because it has got the implemented method of the bank, but it has got at least one unimplemented method, or it has one abstract method. So because of that reason, this is also considered as an abstract class. So child of one abstract is another abstract class. So for that purpose, I am going to create another class which would be extending ICICI, and that would be the normal class. And there you have to implement it all the unimplemented in ICICI as well as in bank. So if you go over here, right click new, suppose class, I'll go for ICICI branch. Suppose one branch ICICI bank class. I'll have a main function over here. See, okay, now this I am going to make it as extend ICICI.
Sir,
Okay, yeah.
sir, why do we need abstract class and why do we need the concentrate class?
See, abstract class we need because when a multiple child class share the same functionality, when the multiple child, suppose ICICI bank is a child of bank, PNB is a child of bank, then Axis Bank is a child of bank, then Karnataka Bank is a child of bank. When you have a multiple child class sharing the same functionality, means all the bank is having get rate of interest function. When multiple child class of one base class sharing the same functionality, then every child class will have a same function in signature, but implementation wise they would be different. So in that scenario we'll be using abstract concept. Getting?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, whenever we have a ICICI, PNB, Axis and all these bank which are the child of bank sharing the same functionality of get rate of interest, then I will have the same function name get rate of interest in all the child classes, but the implementation wise they will be different, and and that implementation will come from the abstract class of bank. So this
Sir,
kind
can
of
you
scenario,
write this in your notes?
yeah, I'll write
We
it.
have
Yes.
made.
Yes. Yeah, why the question is come, why abstract class or why when abstract class, right?
Yes,
Write
sir.
it down.
Means what is the use of abstract
Yeah.
class in short?
When to use abstract class concept. So the answer is like this. Answer is like this. When multiple child classes of one base class, of one parent class sharing the same functionality,
Sir, same method.
same method, but with different implementation. So ICICI Bank get rate of interest is returning 7.1. PNB get rate of interest returning 8. Axis Bank get rate of interest returning 9. So that means implementation is different, correct? Same
Yes, sir.
get rate of interest for the
Yes,
different
sir.
bank, it is returning different value. So that means implementation is different.
Yes, sir.
Method, but with a different implementation. And then we'll go with abstract class having signature of common method implemented by all the child classes. Fine, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
When
And
multiple,
same with when to use the concrete class.
sorry,
When to use the concrete class.
yeah, concrete class you will be using when see concrete class when there is a only wait, when to use concrete class, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Concrete class. See, concrete class actually it will be used in a normal situation where you are writing a normal logic. When you have a in inheritance you will have a normal class. Okay, 1 second.
So, sir, there is a lot of definitions. One is normal class, one is
Hmm.
super class, one
Hmm.
is concrete class.
Yeah, yeah.
So once we know the difference, then we can use it.
Yeah, see normal class when the above situation, when the above situation is not there for that scenario, you go with concrete class. Okay, so what does it mean? Suppose if the code is like this, suppose I want to create a employee class, and I want to for the employee class I want to set the data and I want to display the data. Is there inheritance come into picture over here? I have a normal employee class which will have some attribute, which will have some functions, and I want that through that function I am to achieve. I will store the data in the for employee object, and I'll display the data for the employee object. Here
No,
there
it
is
is
no
no inheritance.
no inheritance, so it will go with a normal concrete class. You have a class employee, ID integer ID, string name, float salary. Then you have a constructor. Then you have a display function. and you have a data setter like that. So that will become a concrete class.
So, sir, basically, whatever classes we are going for in normal way are all concrete classes, correct?
Exactly. Normal encapsulation where data and function wrapped in a class is nothing but a concrete class. Got
Okay,
it?
sir.
Where you don't have any, only the signature of function is not there. Function with definition. Got
Okay.
it? In a normal scenario, we'll be creating a concrete class, and only when in a inheritance, the child class sharing the same method will go with the abstract class. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So I have one doubt actually. What is the difference between inheritance and abstract then?
Inheritance is a generic concept, and abstract is a specific concept of inheritance.
Oh, I didn't get it.
No, you see, it is like this. Suppose you have a, I'll go for this. Right click, new, java.project, java class. Suppose there is a class called dog class. And it has got a function, public void, suppose a run function. Okay, so dog is having a run function which is printing running. Okay, now I have another class. Which is nothing but suppose Alsatian dog. In the Alsatian dog, I have a function void security guard dog, or dog used it by police. Dog used by police. Okay, and here we have something like this. And here I am writing security purpose. Now you tell me, is there inheritance involved over here?
No, sir.
No, it is no inheritance or no. Okay,
No.
so I'll make it extend
Implement.
dog. So is the inheritance is applicable over here? Tell me, is it example of inheritance now?
No.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because the extend is there, no? Alsatian
Yes,
extend dog. So there is a dog class which is having a run, and there is a Alsatian class which is nothing but extending dog, which is the child of the dog and which is having a function dog used by police. Okay, so here abstract concept not come into picture. Here abstract concept not come into picture because why? Because dog class is having a run function which is got inherited by Alsatian, and Alsatian has its own functionality. But now suppose I have another dog class. So if you, how to call the functions for this, I'm going to create a dog Alsatian what is it called, Alsatian object. Alsatian A equal to new Alsatian, and then how to call the call a dot run and call a dot, what is it called, dog used by police. Okay, so that's it. If you run this program, not dog, go to Alsatian Java. So in this kind of scenario, I have not used abstract. Okay, see, running and security, because it has a one child class and which is inheriting the parent class, and it is and the child class is having its own functionality, and it is inheriting the parent functionality also. But suppose I have another dog class, new, and then I'll go for class. Suppose I'll go for a bulldog. Okay, and it is also having a class. Now bulldog, what it will also extend the dog, extends the dog. Now a bulldog will also have the run function, Alsatian will also have the run function, but the run function of bulldog and run function of Alsatians are different implementation. So what does it mean? Different implementation means what? So I'll go for Alsatian here. What I will do, I'm going to have the run function. See, when same implementation for Alsatian and bulldog run, will go with a normal inheritance. But when the Alsatian and the bulldog run function implementation is different, then I'll go for abstract method. So how it would be? I'll go to dog. I'll make it as abstract. Then I have a run signature. I would be here over here. Run signature. Okay. And then I'll make it as abstract. Abstract public run. Every time I'm doing this mistake. TRSCT. No. Abstract. Okay.
Line 2 also.
When I want the run function which would be differently implemented in the child class, then I will make the dog as abstract and I have a run method abstract. Then I'll go to Alsatian. In the Alsatian, what I will do? I'm going to implement. Click on that. Unimplemented method run, and here run is different. How it is different? System dot out dot println, and here running Alsatian, suppose running Alsatian. So this is we are printing here running Alsatian. Then I will go for bulldog, and bulldog I'll implement unimplemented method. Implement here system dot out dot println, and here I'll go for bulldog running. Bulldog running. You tell me there is a run function within a bulldog which is printing bulldog running, and there is a run function in Alsatian which is printing Alsatian running. Is these two implementation are different or not? These two run
different.
Yes,
different,
sir.
because we are printing different statement. That means implementation is different. Whenever this kind of scenario comes, the run which I want in
But
every
method is same.
Yeah, run method is same, but if the implementation is same, I will not go for abstract, because I'll just inherit run in bulldog and Alsatian, and same run method I'll be using in the child class. But I want to implement it differently, but present in every class. For that purpose, we'll go with abstract functionality. Does it make sense, guys? Understood now?
So how do you call bulldog? That
Yeah. So we have a
method
bulldog over here. Bulldog public void run bulldog is there. Now you can have a main method over here.
Okay.
Okay, public static void in ARGS. Okay, so what you now one new thing you learn over here. You can create a bulldog object BD equal to new
So it's going up.
BD equal to new bulldog. Intelligence is not coming by. Semicolon bulldog. This is one way. And how to create a Alsatian object? Tell me now then that. Alsatian
AL is equal to new
Alsatian. Okay. Now you tell me how to call the run of Alsatian. What is the procedure for that? How to call the run? I want this to be called.
AL dot
AL dot.
Yeah, AL dot Alsatian. Okay. So I'll go for AL object dot run.
run. AL dot
That's
run.
it. Yeah, how to call the bulldog run?
BD dot run.
BD dot.
Yeah, BD dot run. BD dot run. Okay, that's it. Now this whole thing, see here, I am creating a bulldog object, I'm creating a Alsatian object, then the different implementation of both the run of both the object we are calling and getting the output. So if you run it, run as Java application. Yes, you will get running Alsatian, running bulldog. Same procedure, you can do it another way. What is that? You are going to create a, see, can we create an object of the dog? Is it possible? No, but we can create reference of the dog. Dog D equal to new bulldog. New bulldog. This is a new syntax which you are learning. Please pay attention and listen to me carefully. Then we have another dog reference, dog D1 equal to new bulldog, new Alsatian. What we have done over here, we have a now here you write D dot run semicolon, and same thing what you do.
D1 dot run.
No,
D1
not
dot.
go for D1, go for D only. Go for D only, D equal to new Alsatian, and then again you go for D dot run. So can you tell me the output now, guys?
Bulldog running Alsatian.
Yes. So what has happened, since I cannot, dog is a abstract class, I cannot create an object of that, but I can create a reference of the dog, and that can hold the object of the child class. Okay, so here reference of the dog that can hold the object of the child class. So through that reference, if you call run, it will be bulldog run. And through that reference, if I call run after assigning Alsatian object to the dog reference, it would be the Alsatian run would be output display.
Sir,
If you
in
run it,
17th line, why we have not written dog D is equal to new Alsatian?
I'll tell you. Yeah, because already dog D is created, no?
Okay.
Already dog D, you can, it is a just short form. You can do that way also.
Hello.
Yes, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so yeah, you can go for dog D equal to new Alsatian. That is also fine. Okay.
No, it's not showing error because it's already
It's showing error, na sir?
1 second.
Already
Duplicate
raised.
local variables D. So for that you have to give, if you go for, if you don't want to override D, you have to give different name.
D1, yes.
Okay.
Right?
If you want to override D, then you just go for D only. Dog is not required.
Okay, sir.
Understanding? This will override the D which was previously bulldog, now Alsatian. If you create a new object, so already with D dog object is there, then you have to give the different name for the object. Then it will work. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So far, guys, any question? Now you have understood where to use abstract and what is abstract and when to use, how to use, what are the syntaxes. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Any questions on this?
Yes, sir. Please share this.
Yeah, I'll share
Sir,
this.
I have a question.
Yeah, who is this?
Shubham Anand, sir.
Yes, Shubham, tell me, what is your question?
If we say that, if let's say that I declare two method in extract class, but
Two
only
me-
define
1 second, 1 second. No, line by step, two method in which class?
abstract class.
Two method in abstract class. Okay, we'll go there. Which abstract class you want me to use? Bank? Yeah,
Which
two
is-
method. Okay, yeah. Yeah, tell me.
So I define two method here. So let's just say display one, display two.
Okay, so the MSG1, public, void MSG2, suppose. MSG2, and it's a definition. It will be completely present, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it is like this. Okay. Yeah, tell me next. Good evening.
Then in whichever class which extend this one.
Okay, extend this one. So ICICI extend this one, yes.
So I define only one class. I call only one method over there.
No, if it is, if you no implemented method, you don't have to. 1 second, guys. Yeah, see, in a bank, you have two complete method. So that you know not to implement again. That would be automatically inherit. Got it? But only the incomplete method you need to implement. Getting or not? See, in your bank class, you have a you have a display and you have a MSG2 that will got inherited in ICICI Bank, and the gate rate of interest and MSG which are not complete, which are not which are not full, what is it called? Which are not fully present, that you have to implement. So if you go to now ICICI Bank, gate rate of interest you have to implement. MSG you have to implement, then show and display you don't have to do anything on that. You just call them. Okay, so for that,
That's sir. There is one more code in your notepad. Could you please open that one?
okay, okay. Yes, this is the code. Yeah, tell
There,
me.
yes.
Hmm.
Can you please scroll a little bit upward?
Yeah,
So yeah, there is that abstract class. You have defined one function, public abstract int that one.
yeah,
Uh,
public abstract int gate rate of interest. Yes.
yes, and then here I define another method, public abstract int, let's just say get rate of interest two.
Okay.
Then in the class ICICI,
Hmm.
I define only one which is already done over there, right? Public in get rate of interest, and not define public rate of interest one.
Hmm.
So will it compile or it will show an error?
It will show an error. That's what it will show an error. All the uh, declared function in a abstract class has to be implemented in the child
Must
class.
be,
Otherwise, it will throw error. Okay.
must be implemented.
Yeah,
Yeah.
must be implemented. Yes. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. That way it is that way it is okay. Yeah. What you are saying? Suppose first child is we know we need means first child is extending the parent, and in the first child you may not be implemented all the. No, you have to do it. No. See over here. If you see this one, we have a bank. No, we have a suppose which was what was the example? Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Suppose bank is this one. Bank is having gate rate of interest and MSG as a abstract. Then ICICI has gate rate of interest as well as MSG. If you remove this MSG, yeah, yeah, I'll do that abstract, and here I'll have a abstract method. Suppose ABS TRA abstract. Hmm. No, still it will not work because since okay, you are telling MSG. If you remove it, remove the MSG. Yeah. Delete it. Yeah. So I have not implemented the MSG from the bank in my ICICI. The problem. Method show one type as must be override to implement super type method. Yeah. Yes, guys, you are right. Okay, that means what? If a child which is the child of a parent which is a abstract, and if the child is also abstract, then in the child abstract you don't have to implement all the incomplete method which was there in the parent. It works. Getting? Yeah, so if you go for bank has got MSG abstract method. It has a get rate of interest abstract method. Now in your ICICI, you don't have the MSG abstract method to be got implemented because it is also another abstract class which is having show one abstract method and one implemented abstract method which was there in the bank. Yeah, this way it is possible. Yeah. Okay, so see just now Shubham asked us, can we have unimplemented? Can we have not all the method implemented in the child? No, normal extent it is not possible. But if the child is abstract, then the Shubham, what you said, it's possible as per Jitesh demonstration what you have done over here. Clear? Okay.
Fine, sir.
Yes. Okay, that is the thing. Now, what I will ask, I will suggest you go to the Java T point this site, Java T point, and in the Java T point go to the Java tutorial. In the Java tutorial, you will find a abstract class, Java abstraction. Under that abstract class, topic would be there. Click on that topic and read the theory. Whatever you have understand from this session, after that you do your bit of research on that, whatever you have understand, and you make yourself strong in that particular concept. So see, it is telling points to remember. If you thorough with this concept or with this theory what is being given over here, any kind of interview question you can handle, and you can handle it in a better way. Okay, so they are telling points to remember: an abstract class must be declared with an abstract keyword, that we know. Abstract class can have abstract and non-abstract method, that also we discussed. It cannot be initiated. That means we cannot create an object of the abstract class, but we can create an object of the child of the abstract class. It can have constructor and static method also. So abstract class can have constructor. So that means what? If I have like this, I have a bank class. Can I have a constructor in the bank class since it is abstract? Yes, I can have. So this may be interview question. Can we have constructor in abstract class? You say yes, we can have. Public bank. Yeah. Come over here and you write here system out dot println, and here what you do, you write bank constructor, suppose. Now can you tell me in the ICICI bank? So I'll not make it as abstract. I'll make it as a normal class now. Okay. And then I'll implement all these things, unimplemented message and this thing. I'll delete this abstract method. Okay. Now I have a public static void main. Now you telling me I want to call the bank constructor. I want to call the bank constructor. I want to print bank constructor. What would be code for that? Which code call the bank constructor and it will display bank constructor at the output screen? Which code? And ICICI. No. ICICI, that's not parent name is not the same. See, now see here what we are doing, we are creating object of the child class. Whenever we create an object of the child class, it will call the parent class constructor. So if you run it, if you run a Java application, okay, process, see bank constructor gets called. Understood, guys? So now we have learned in a bank, though it is an abstract class, we can have a constructor for the bank, and that constructor can be invoked whenever you create a child object of the abstract class. Because we cannot create this one. So if you write this one, can we do that? Can we do a bank B equal to new bank? See, normal way to call the bank constructor, I need to create a bank object. But bank is an abstract class. I cannot create object of the bank. So what I will do? A bank be new bank, you cannot use this syntax. What I will do, I'll create the child object, and child object is going to call the parent constructor, and that's why you will get the bank constructor. Clear here, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. Now the next point is what it is telling. Next point is telling it can have a static method. So that means abstract class can have a static method as well. So we add a static method to this. What I will do, I'll write public static integer, suppose returning something integer, suppose balance, a flower bucket, and it is return 2000. Let me see who can answer it. I want to call the balance function and I want to display the 2000 from this balance in my child ICICI class. How you do that in main? Sorry, I don't know. You have gone wrong in fundamental concepts only.
No need to use objects for that. Directly we can use the method.
Yeah, static means what you do? Who they answer me? How you have to call the balance function?
Use direct method name.
Direct method name, can we call it balance? Colon? Yes, you can call it direct method name. Okay, this you put it under system dot out dot println and direct method name you are going to put it. So that means your abstract class can have static method and it can have the constructor as well. So these are the interview questions. Okay, now run it.
Can we call this one?
Yeah. See, bank constructor and 2000. See, in the abstract class, what are the things now somebody summarize. What are the thing an abstract class can have somebody summarize? Any one of you. What is must in the abstract class? Tell me.
One abstract method is a must.
Yes, one abstract method is must. Otherwise, that class will not be abstract class at all. What are the optional thing abstract class can have?
We can have constructor written as static method.
And another thing. It can have complete
It can have
method.
complete method also.
Complete normal method also. So abstract class. Yeah. Tell me.
Abstract class should have abstract method.
Yeah, abstract class should have. If the abstract class is not having an abstract method, that class will not consider as abstract class at all. Okay. Yeah. So abstract class must and should have at least one abstract method, and all the other constructor, static method, normal method are optional. Got it? To consider a class to be abstract, one incomplete method present is must. Okay, and which we will be implementing in the child class. Does it make sense? Okay. Yeah.
So if we don't have abstract method, then we can call it as inherited, right?
Yeah, whenever you are going to use abstract class, the inheritance comes into picture because abstract class you cannot use it unless and until you extend it.
Yeah.
Got it? Like because with extend you are going to implement the abstract method and then see the abstract method object we cannot get. If you have only abstract method and then you cannot call those functions which are there in the abstract method because you don't have the or you can't create object for that. So that's why. Yeah. Is it fine? With this concept, shall we conclude the abstract class? Now, it can have final method which will force the subclass not to change the body of the method. So, abstract class can also have a final method as well. Okay. So, these are the things which abstract class can have. Now, they are having syntaxes. They are giving example of like the abstract method. They have a abstract class bike and they have a child of bike Honda. Then the abstract method run. That run got implemented in Honda, and then we are calling that run from the bike reference, which is holding the Honda object like that. So all these things, if you must and should you go through this whole topic one time by yourself by telling what you have learned today. Then you remember the concepts. With that, sorry.
Can you go back to the bank?
Okay. Yeah.
Not really what we have written.
Okay. Yes.
So here we make abstract public can we make that final?
Okay, yeah. Final means you can make some public. This one. Suppose the image you will make it as final.
So can we make abstract method?
So if we make abstract method as a final, we need to check. Okay. Final public image2. Then we'll go for ICICI image2. Okay, one second.
That is complete method. What you changed it, right?
Okay. Bank image with the complete. Yes, correct. If you go for image, right? This one is correct, right?
Yeah.
So see what it is telling. Abstract method image in type bank can only set a visibility modifier one of public or protected. Okay, so it may be sequence wise, it is not correct. Will be public final abstract MSG. The abstract method image in type bank can only set the visibility modifier one of public or protected. Final method Control V. No, it is not happening here. Final. Okay, if you don't have final, if you remove the public, let's see.
So write abstract public.
Abstract
Sorry
public.
to interrupt. I don't know who raised the question. I said in the session, no. Abstract and final are opposite words. We cannot introduce both the words for one function. Why? Because abstract method needs to be override. Final method not to be override. How can you include abstract and final to a method?
Yeah, you can have a
machine is throwing an error in such the way. We can't use.
yes.
Both are opposite words.
Yeah, you can have a final in a implemented method. That you can do it, right, Sangeeta? As per this theory, they are telling. Where is that theory gone? Yeah, as per this theory, it is telling it can have final method which will force the subclass not to change. Yeah, it means complete method you can make it in an abstract class final, but which will not get overridden in the child. But the abstract method you should not have final because it has to be implemented.
No. The meaning of the last point is, guys, listen carefully. I can have a final method in an abstract class with the definition. So
Yeah,
that
that's what.
whatever it is fixed by my parent class, which cannot be changed by my child class.
Yes.
So I cannot make abstract method as final. Regular method can be final.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling. Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, that's it. So the abstract concept is done. Shall we go to the interface now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Share this first.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you want me to share this, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll just save it. I'll share it after this
Yeah,
session.
I am
Okay.
leaving. I have an HTML session. So
Okay, Sangeeta.
if it is required anything, you can make a note of it. We can have, if any of my input is required, I'll give it on Monday. So if anything is required, please make a note of it.
Yeah,
So
we'll
have
do
it
that.
on Monday.
Okay, sure, Sangeeta, we'll do that. Yes.
Thanks all.
Yeah.
So thanks
Thank
for
you, ma'am.
joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank
So
you.
all these efforts, you will get the results soon. Good guys. Please continue. I'm taking a leave because I have another HTML session.
Okay, now the next topic, which is the interface. Interface means what? See, abstract class can have abstract method as well as non-abstract method, as well as static method, as well as constructor. But interface will have only the abstract method. Interface will have only the what? Abstract method. So let me save it this file. Save it in the desktop. Today is 28th. Yeah. Okay, now what we'll do, what is the definition of interface? Tell me, guys. Just now I said, what is the definition of interface? Interface, it is a combination of only It is a combination of only
Abstract.
One or more
abstract method or incomplete method. Incomplete method. Or
User to
only,
achieve full
or
abstraction.
only method signature would be there. Method signature. Or only the method signature or declaration be the part of interface. Okay. Now if I have interface, how to declare an interface? Declaration. Syntax of the interface. Syntax is what? Interface. Any name. Interface, then interface name. Suppose printable. Printable is the interface name. Then flower bracket. Open flower bracket, close. And within the printable interface, you are going to have something like this.
Abstract method.
Yeah. So you have a public void print. Print, open and close parenthesis. So can we consider printable as an interface? Can we consider printable as an interface?
No, sir.
Yes.
Yes, no, why no? Somebody says no, why?
It should have more than one abstract method.
No, not more than. It should have only abstract method. It should not have
Okay.
anything apart from abstract method.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so
It should not have a method body.
yeah, it is having only one method, which is a incomplete method, which is just a declaration, which is just, see here, this is not having. If this is having, can we consider printable as an interface now?
No.
No, because
It having body.
interface must and should is the combination of function declaration. But here I have a function which is defined with a definition. So in that case, printable will throw error. So let's see this. If you go there, go to default package, new class. I'll give the name as interface demo. Click on this. Then I'll create a interface over here. Interface. Our name is interface is printable. Okay. And within a printable, what I have public void and print, suppose. Print, open and close parenthesis. Now tell me, print is an incomplete method or complete method? Quickly tell me this. Why thinking and telling?
Incomplete.
Incomplete method. So that means printable is a printable if you have another function. Public void, suppose print 1. So interface is having how many method? 2 method, and both are incomplete because both are not having definition or both are not having body. If I do like this, now tell me why it is showing error.
It has
Yeah.
both the methods, so it is not a.
Yeah, it is having a one method incomplete, fine for interface, but another method complete. So that means it violates the rule of the interface. Understanding, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now if I remove this flower bracket, now again I have only the method declaration. I don't have the method definition for any of the function. So that means it is a correct interface. Okay. Clear? Yeah. Now I am going to have another. Now interface can be implemented by a class. Interface can be implemented by a class means what? I'll right click over here. Class, and I'll give the name as interface implemented class. It will have a main function, suppose. Finish. Now see this interface implementation is a class. I want this class to implement the interface printable. So what is the syntax for that? Any idea? Yes, we are going to use implements keyword. And which interface I want to implement by the interface IML? Printable. Not printable. Okay. So what we did, See, whenever we write implements printable by this class, it is throwing me error. Who will tell me what needs to be done to rectify this error? Yeah, you are close to the answer. Some of the good Jitesh. Any others want to try? Any other person? See, we have to add unimplemented method. So print and print one, these two are method incomplete method in interface printable, and since interface implementation is implementing printable, so within printable what are the functions are there, all has to be defined. It is kind of abstract concept. In abstract concept, abstract class, the child will only implement the abstract method. But in interface concept, the class will implement all the incomplete method which are there in the interface. Now you tell me if I go for interface and if I have another interface over here. If I have another, suppose public void, suppose I am having print 3. Can you tell me if I add another function declaration in my interface printable and if I go to interface IML, so what needs to be done manually? If I want to rectify this, what needs to be done?
Public void print 3 with the body.
Yes, you have to define the print 2 as well, because see, it is like this. It is like this. If you go to paint, I have an interface like this. I have an interface. Interface, suppose A. Okay. And then I have a class. I have a class A. Class suppose A1. CLASS class A1 implements A. Okay. Now in interface A, I have a function declaration. Fun1, fun2, semicolon is there everywhere. Semicolon. So public, I'm not writing those part, public void, all these things, return type and all. And we have a fun3. Okay. Now you tell me what would be the code inside of a class A1. So whenever class A1 implements the interface A, that means A1 class should have all the defined fun1, fun2, fun3, which are declared in interface. So that means it should have fun1 and then body of that it should have implemented. Then you have fun2, you have a fun2, and then body of that it should be implemented with a complete function, and then fun3, open and close parenthesis, it will have the body of it. So that makes A1 implements A. So interface A is having a 3 declared function. All these 3 declared should be present in with a definition in the class A1 because of this keyword implements. If the implement keyword is not there, is it required fun1, fun2, fun3 to be defined? If the implement keyword is not there, is it required to define the fun1, fun2, fun3 in A1? Tell me guys. No, then because implements keyword making us forcefully define all the function which is declared in interface A. Suppose I have another class. And which is nothing but class B, suppose. CLASS class B. Class B. So is it implementing any interface? No. So that does we require to define the function over here? Not at all required. It is not at all required because B is not implementing A. So that means A's function definition is not required in B. You go ahead with your own code in B, no problem. But whenever you make class B implements A, then what code you have to do must and should? Tell me now. Yeah, function A with definition, function 2 with definition, function 3 should with definition has to be there in class B. Clear guys? Okay.
So can we have only complete body, like complete method in interface here?
No, see,
Unique abstract.
the rule of interface is tell you cannot have a function with its body in interface. But
Okay.
in a Java 8, it is there using default. That we'll discuss just after some time. Okay. Normal rule of
Because sir, it is a part of abstract. That's why without body, right?
Yes, yeah, interface. So interface is nothing but collection of function without body, or it is a collection of function declaration, or it
Sir,
is a
can you
collection
show
of
the
income.
theory page again? That notepad you made?
Sorry.
The theory notepad you made of interface?
Okay.
Okay, this is a
Inter
combination of only abstract method, okay. Or incomplete method, yes. Okay. Okay,
or
sir.
only
Thank you.
method signature or declaration would be part of the interface. It cannot have the defined function.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Got it? Yeah. So that is what now the question comes here. One more thing I want to add, which is class implementing interface. Interface should define all the method should define all the methods which are declared in interface. Got it, guys? Have you understood this sentence?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Class is so can you tell me which so here A1 is also implementing interface, B also implementing interface A. So that means all the declared A function, A class interface should be defined in B as well as A. So that I have written over here. If I have like this, if I have suppose this is not there, function 3 definition is not there. Now you tell me, is it a correct code?
It shows an error.
Yeah, it will show an error. Let's see how it will show error. Suppose this one, if you go there, suppose print one in the interface implementation, print one I have not defined. See here it is showing error because there is one unimplemented method which is there in the interface. It has to be implemented. Go there. Now print one, print three is also added, got added. So print one, print two, print three. So that means how many declaration of method is there in the interface? The class which is implementing that interface must and should define all of that method which are declared in interface. Any function missing which is there in the interface but not in the class which is implementing that, then it will throw error. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So then, what is the difference between abstract and interface, like in using in the program?
See, in a uh, abstract inheritance part is must. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
But in interface inheritance part is not must. In abstract, you can have implemented as well as non-implemented, at least one non-implemented method, but interface will have all the non-implemented method. Means all the method declaration.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Abstract will be using just I give you the scenario when the child class sharing the same functionality but implementation was different. We'll go with the abstract concept. But interface.
Sir, we also say that interface is not a class, right?
Yes, interface is not a class. Correct. It is not a class. Okay. Got it? Yeah. So interface is nothing but it's a separate concept where interface is consist of only method declaration.
Yes.
Now you can tell me where interface would be handy. See, Java cannot provide the multiple inheritance. Java cannot provide multiple inheritance. See, I have this class 1.
Means
Class
one
2.
parent only allowed, right, sir?
Yes, yeah. Java in a Java class inheritance, you cannot have multiple parent and one base. That is not possible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is not possible. So this way, this is so it is like this. Suppose base 1, base class 1, base class 1, then base class 2, base class 2, and then base class 3. Base class 3. So now 3 base class got inherited in child. Suppose class child. This is not possible in Java. This is not possible in Java. Why? Can anybody tell me the answer? Anybody knows that? Why? Because suppose base class 1 is having a function fun. Okay, the base class 2 is sharing the same function name fun. And base class 3 is also having the same function fun fun. Now see, the fun would be inherited from this to this. Fun would be inherited from this to this. Fun would be inherited from this to this. And these 3 funs is having different implementation. So it would be a conflict to the child class which fun actually got inherited. Does it make sense? Understood? Guys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so if the multiple base class having the same function name and then in the child it would be a conflict which common function to get inherited in child from these 3 base classes. So this is not possible in Java. In Java class wise, this is not possible. This type of inheritance is not possible. But in a interface level that is possible. So you can have a interface. You can have an interface 1, interface 2, and interface 3. Okay, and the interface you can have this one. Suppose interface A, then interface B, then you have interface C like this. And then what you have? You have like this. You have the this one. You have the class which is implementing the interface. Class X implements A, comma B, comma C. Let me see now. All the interface is having common function which is called fun. And here interface B is also having. This is the interview question which you are dealing with. And fun. Now tell me why in a interface level it is possible. Why conflict will not come into picture when we do this type of inheritance. Why the X will not have any conflict for the common function fun? Tell me. Think and tell. Take your time, think. See, why is that so? Because see, in a class level inheritance, fun would be having its implementation in base class 1. Fun would have its own implementation in base class 2. Fun will have its own implementation in base class 3. So 3 different implementation we cannot inherit in child. But in a interface level, the no fun is defined. So body of the fun is not there in any of the interface, but only one instance of the fun have a implementation. Only one instance of the fun have a implementation. So there is no conflict for in this scenario. That's why multiple inheritance is possible in interface level. See, here fun is defined, fun is defined, fun is defined. So for the 3 different type of definition, child will be confused which definition of fun to inherit. But in a interface level, there is no fun defined. It is only the prototype is there or signature is there. But when the interface implement by any class, all the same function would be implemented only one time. So there would not be any conflict for that case of interface in multiple inheritance. Are you guys there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Did you understand this concept?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. So for all the three fun, there would be only one definition of the fun. So that means no conflict. You can write a you can go ahead and you can write a code for this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we can in a programmatically, if you see, suppose I am having an interface demo, interface demo printable. Printable is having suppose print function, print declaration. I am going to have another interface. Interface. I'll give the name of the class something. Drawable, suppose. Drawable. So I'll make it as interface. Here also you have the same public void, and then I will go for this one. Print only. Print. So now drawable interface is having a print function, and printable interface is also having a print function. Now what I will do, interface implementation. Interface implementation, what I will do, interface implementation, how I can make interface implementation to implement printable as well as drawable. Tell me guys. I want my interface IML to implement printable interface as well as drawable interface. For that, comma drawable. It makes sense, guys. Understand or not?
Yes, sir.
Understanding or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, printable and what is drawable? Yeah, drawable is small letter. Now you tell me which are the function would be, which are the function needs to be defined for this class?
Print.
Yes. So you will now right click, place the cursor. See how many times print got defined? Is it
One.
2 times? One for drawable, one for printable?
Once.
Yes, sir. One time.
Only one. So that means no conflict. That means no conflict. Out. Println, you implement and you write something. Good morning. Good morning. No, this one. So there is no conflict. We can do the multiple inheritance over here. Clear, guys? Now, same thing if you go with a class. Suppose new class, A class, suppose.
So for that we'll have two print statements, right? In the output.
Yes, that's what. A class, and then we have got B class. Then we have a C class, suppose. Class, C class, like this. And C, I'm going to make a extends A, comma B. So it is actually this syntax is already is not at all possible. Why it is not possible? Because A have a definition for print, public void print, and A class is having its own definition. Dot out dot println, and here is suppose print A. Okay, and similar fashion you have a B class which is also having the print function with its definition. Now there is a print function of print B and there is a print version of print A. Now C will be confused. Which print to be implemented to be get inherited in C. That's why class level inheritance is not possible, because here will not have the while inheriting, it will not inherit the version A of print or version B of print. The conflict will come into picture. So that's why the multiple inheritance is not possible in class level. Any questions so far, guys?
No, sir.
Okay, Abdul Karim, do you have any questions so far till here? Deepesh, Kalapala, Ade?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir, we are clear.
Okay. Okay. So now if I ask you Kalapala, okay, how to implement, how one class implement a interface, what is the syntax for that, Kalapala?
Sir,
If I ask you how one class implement a interface, what is the syntax for that? Suppose I want class A to implement interface printable.
interface printable.
Yes. Okay, Adesh, can you try? I want class A to implement the interface printable. What is the syntax for that? Like if I want a class to extend other class A extend B. So similar fashion, if a class wants to implement a interface, what is the syntax for that, Adesh?
Class A implements printable.
Yes, that's what very good. So class A implements print. Implements is the keyword. Implements is the keyword. So while defining the class A implements the interface name. Okay, when you have write class A implement printable, that means class A must and should have what?
Abstract.
Declaration.
No, that means class A must and should have the definition of all the function which is there in the interface. See, this concept is a very fundamental concept. You have to clear with that. Did you get it, Adesh? Now,
Yes, sir.
printable has a function A1, A2, A3, and class A is implementing interface printable. So the class A will have which are the function class A will have? See, it is like this.
All the functions in the interface.
Yeah, that's what. Try to understand this. Okay, all the functions which is declared in a interface has to be defined in the class which is implementing the interface. Okay. Next thing, okay. Let me do one thing. Suppose I have like this. Suppose I have interface A. Okay, then I have interface B extends A. Then I have class X implements B. Okay. Now class A is having public void A1. Class B is having public void A2. Okay, now who will complete me the class X? Who will complete me the class X? So now if this much is the code in class X, it will throw me an error. So what code I should add it so that compile time error will go?
We have to define both.
Needs to be defined.
Yeah, what to be defined? Tell me.
Both public void A1 and public void A2.
Public void A1.
Yeah. See, that means A is having A1 declaration and B is the extent of A. That means B will have its own function A2 declaration and B will be inherited by A. So A1 also will part in the B. So B will have A1 as well as A2 declared, and X is implementing B means X will have definition of all the function present in B, which is nothing but A1, B1, A1, A2. So you need to define public
void A1.
Void A1, and it has to be defined means flower bracket. Okay. Then similarly public
void A2.
Void A2 and then flower bracket. That means you have defined. So this makes code code without error, without compile time error, because X is implementing B means X should define all the functions which are present in B. So since B is extending A, so B is having his own function declaration A2 as well as it is having the inherited A1 declaration. So B is having A1 as well as A2 declared. and since X is implementing B, so X will have defined the definition of A1 as well as A2. If I have something like this, if I have another function, Adesh, you tell me, if I write public void A3, can you tell me what code change is required so that we'll not get error?
He add the public add A3
Where?
in implements B.
Yeah, yeah. So that means now B is having A2, A3 and inherited A1. So that means B is not having A1, A2, A3 declaration. So since X is implementing B, that means all the B function declaration should be defined in X. So that means one more code you have to add it. Public void A3.
Sir,
So whenever you have a implementing code and it is throwing error over here in implements, place the cursor there and click the option called add unimplemented method. All A1, A2, A3 will be implemented, and then later on you can write the code and complete it. Fine. Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Sir.
For now, for you have to go through, after learning this, you have to go to the theory part in this tutorial, Java T-Point interface theory part. Okay. So why use interface? It is used to achieve abstraction. So through interface, you can hide some implementation. That's implementation, because implementation would be there in the class level. So you can achieve abstraction. We can support functionality of multiple inheritance. Second advantage of interface is with that you can achieve multiple inheritance. And third would be loose coupling. So this is the three advantage of writing code through interface. Can you tell me the syntax of inherit interface is what? Interface keyword and then interface name and then flower bracket. Within the flower bracket, all the function declaration. Okay, now one thing you remember, interface can have data as well. Interface can have data as well and can have function declaration. So function declaration is must, but it can have data as well. So whenever an interface is having any variable, that variable default type is static and final. So integer mean 5, compiler makes his mean as final, which cannot be changed, and static, what you have initialized for static means object level, the mean is not going to be hold. Now class can extend class can implement interface, and interface can extend interface. Okay. Any explanations required in this three diagram?
No, sir.
Yeah, so when class implements a particular interface, that means in that interface all the functions which are declared need to be defined in the class. When interface extend interface, so that means child interface is going to inherit all the function declaration which is there in the parent interface, and class extend class means one class can extend another class. Who can show me the output of this program? Who can tell me the output of this program?
Hello.
Hello would be the output. So tell me how you got it. Explain to us, to everyone.
If you give the interface and the name of that printable.
First thing, go step by step. What is the interface over here in this program?
Interface is printable.
Printable. Okay. Within the printable, what function is being declared?
Print.
Print. Now in this program, what is the class?
Class is A6.
Is it implementing any interface?
Yes, sir.
Which is that?
Class is implements the interface.
Which interface it is implementing? I want to know
A6
that.
is A6 is a class and interface is printable.
So A6 is A6 implementing the printable interface? That is my question.
Yes, sir.
Yes. By what line you got it?
Third line, fourth line.
Yeah, class A6 implements printable. Okay, because implement this keyword. No, this is the one.
Yes, sir.
This line is telling the A6 is implementing printable interface. That means which function needs to be defined in A6?
Print.
Print.
Yes. That means P. So print is declared in interface, and class which is implementing the printable interface, that needs to be defined the declared function in the printable interface, which is nothing but print. Now in main, what is happening?
Creating object of the class.
And give the
Yeah, creating object of the class, and from that object we are calling print. That's it. Okay. Who can explain this code quickly?
Sir, 1 second, you can go to the above code.
Okay,
obj.print. Okay, done.
Okay. You go for who will explain this code? Somebody try. You have to tell me what is interface, what
interface
is
is
class.
drawable, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, interface is giving a drawable, and then we in this void draw.
Yeah, void draw is a function declaration in the drawable interface, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Then implements the class. Class is rectangle and implements the interface drawable.
Yes. Okay.
Then function is draw again.
Yeah. So the draw should be with complete form, or it can be in incomplete form in rectangle.
Complete form.
Yeah, because see, when I'm repeating the same statement again and again so that all of you understand. Rectangle implements drawable means rectangle will have the complete function of drawable interface declaration function.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, go ahead now.
And draw and use the print the rectangle. We give the name, and then again create the class and implements the drawable, and it means interface. And give the function draw again.
Yeah, not give the function, implement the draw function with a body.
Yeah. Implements the draw function and give this store that will draw circle.
Yes. Now you tell me what would be the output for these two lines.
New circle,
Drawing rectangle,
drawing rectangle and drawing circle.
No, go. How many?
Circle, sir, circle, drawing circle. Sorry.
Yes. So drawable D. So you can create a reference of the interface that can hold the object of the class. See,
Circle.
D is holding a new circle. So that means D dot draw means it will
Drawing
call
circle.
the draw circle version of draw.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But if I write drawable D equal to new rectangle and D dot draw, then what would be the output?
Drawing circle.
Drawing rectangle.
Drawing rectangle.
Drawing rectangle. Yes.
Draw rectangle.
Yeah. So implemented class should have the implemented method of the interface. That is the concept.
Yes.
Please go through this. Now, who others, you try to explain this?
Yes, sir. Interfaces bank here. There the float rate of interest is declared. Then
Okay, good.
class SBI implements bank interface, and then here that function declared their rate of interest is being defined.
Very good. Okay.
Then PNB also implements the interface bank, and here also that same function is defined. The rate of interest that has been declared in interface. Those functions need to be defined here. It's mandatory.
Exactly.
Then in the main function, we are calling with the bank interface object B, we are calling new SBI class. Then in there means the float rate of interest function will be called here through SBI class.
Yes, very good. So it will return SBI get rate of interest. Excellent job. Excellent job. Very nicely explained, others. Good job. Now who will explain this code? Volunteer, any volunteer?
It gives the two interface value, sir.
Yeah, explain it. I want the explanation. Okay, Abdul Karim, you have already explained it. Anybody else would like to explain it? Shivani, are you there? Shivani?
Sir, I can explain.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So we have a interface named as printable, and we have defined a method void type, void print.
Have we defined the method print?
No, we have just said void print. Like
yeah, it is a declaration. This called in a technical term. It is called declaration.
Yes, sir. Declare. Then we have interface showable. and then again declared void show.
Very good.
So class A7 will implement the printable and showable, like the
Okay.
way you have said. So then in this we have public void print, which is a method, and in that we have a system out statement. And again we
So
have public.
is the print over here a complete function or income? It is a defined or declared?
Sir, it is defined or declared?
Yeah.
It is defined, I think so.
Yeah, it is defined because see, declared print has to be defined in a class who will implement the printable.
So defined means there is this flower bucket, right?
Yeah,
And
flower
you are
means
writing
body is
something.
there. Means what is supposed to do, that code is there.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
So
yeah.
again we have public void show, and
Yeah.
in that we have out statement. And then we have main public static void main string args, and in that we have taken the class obj, and we have made the obj object, and then with that object we have like object dot print we have done, and we will get the print statement of both.
Yes.
Like from print we will get hello, and from show we will get welcome.
Okay, if this line is not there, what will happen? Will it show any error?
Sir, yes.
Why?
Because object dot show we have done, but there is nothing
No,
inside
suppose
it.
this line is also not there. This line is also not there. This line is also not there. Then will it be an error?
No, sir. Then it will print hello.
No.
Sir, it
Think
will
over
show
it.
In class 2 intersurface na sir. One class
Think over it. It will throw error. Why?
Why? Because showable is also there, na implements. I
Yeah.
think so.
So A7 is also implementing showable. That means within showable, what declared function is there, it must and should be defined. Otherwise, it is an error. It will
Yes,
tell
sir.
you unimplemented method.
Yes, sir.
Okay, like that. Okay. Okay, who can explain this code? Somebody who has not explained till now. Kalapala, can you try? Kalapala, please explain this code.
Sir, interface the printable. And we have void the print.
Okay.
Interface shows the extend the printable because here extend the printable which have been shown and void shown same as last statement, sir. Here there is some actually we implement only not a print. Then this output has been only welcome, not hello.
No, Kalapala, one line by line. What this is what? This is what?
Sir, interface printable, sir.
Yeah, a printable. It is having what function declaration?
Sir, it's having print declaration.
Okay. Now showable is what? It is another interface. It is extending printable.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that means within showable, what are the functions are declared?
Show, sir.
Only show.
Then we print also.
Print also, sir.
Yeah, why print will also be there? No, because it is extending printable.
Extend
No?
the printable. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now this class is implementing showable.
Yes, sir.
So that means which are the functions declared in showable all needs to be implemented?
Show and print, sir.
Yeah, that is what I wanted to know.
Sir.
Okay, yeah, good. Then in Java 8, you can have a method with definition in interface. Can you tell me what is exceptional over here? Means in a normal interface, what should not be there, but it is over here, it is there. What is that?
Complete method.
Yes, which is the complete method?
Default void message.
Default. See, if the default keyword is not there, then it will throw a error in the interface. But when you make a function with its complete body, make it default, that is not a problem in interface. Getting?
Yes, sir.
So in a Java 8, you can have a method with a definition if you make that method as default. So then interface will not throw error.
What is the meaning of default before the void? Like it does something?
No, Without default, if you write void MSG, it will throw error.
Okay.
Because see, what is the definition of interface? It is a combination of method declaration. It cannot have method definition.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But it is having a method. MSG is a method definition. So to make it non-problematic, we have to use default keyword.
Okay.
Okay, so
default means we can access it in any classes, right?
yeah, you can. It is not that default. It is not an access modifier default. It is a default to make a function with its body present in a interface.
Okay.
So it's a predefined thing, sir, right?
Yeah, like that. Suppose sometime in an interface, I want a method with a definition. So without default, if you define the function, it will throw error because interface can have only declaration. Okay, but I want the definition. For that, I'll use the default keyword. Now compiler will understand. Okay, there is a function definition in the interface. Since it is make it default, so I will not throw any error. Let it be there.
Okay.
Sir,
Okay. Now rectangle is implementing which interface?
Drawable.
Drawable. So
Drawable.
rectangle should implement which function?
Draw.
So do we require to implement MSG function?
No, sir.
No, because
No,
it is
sir.
already implemented, right?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah, so only draw has to be implemented or draw has to be defined because it is declared in drawable like that. Now you create a reference of the drawable interface, assign that rectangle object to that. Then what would be the output? Tell me. D.draw means what?
Drawing.
rectangle.
Yeah, and then next.
Drawing default method.
Exactly. So draw dot message will call. See, to call the draw image, you require a drawable interface reference. Okay. Can you write here rectangle r equal to new rectangle r dot draw r dot img? Can it possible?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
R dot img is possible. R dot img.
Yeah.
Because drawable is
it is
implemented.
also implement, sir.
Is it possible? That you need to check it out. I am also not very sure. If I have a rectangle object, rectangle r equal to new rectangle, from the rectangle object, definitely we can call draw. But can we call image, which is the default method in drawable? You need to check it out. Okay. Okay, we'll test it now only. Okay, fine, good. So what we'll do, we have a, I'll create a interface. Okay, fine. I'll do that. Yes. So what is this interface drawable? And it is having default method. Control C.
You can copy paste, no, sir, directly from the.
Directly, whole thing you are telling in one class.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Whole
Okay.
code.
The full you can copy.
Yes.
Yes, correct. So I'll go for in this class. Control V. Interface drawable draw default class.
The class name you have to change.
Class name I have to change. It is what? It is which class?
Test
It was C.Java, no?
Yeah.
It was C.Java. So here I'll make it a C.
Interface default. No. Next one, sir. Where main is there.
Okay. No. Oh yeah. Correct. Control Z. Rectangle, and it should be C here. Okay, now run it. Okay. Proceed. Yeah, it is given drawing rectangle default method. Okay. Now what I will do, I'll make this one as rectangle. As per my, it should not work, but let's see. I'm not sure. Oh no, it is working. Fine. So that means the default. Yeah, that means the default also will be part of the rectangle with the implements. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Good that we have got this one. Then interface can have static method also. Can you tell me which is the static method in this interface?
Static int cube.
Static int.
cube.
Static in cube. Yeah, that is the thing. So we have a declaration draw. We have a static method cube, and rectangle is implementing drawable. That means rectangle will need to be defined draw, and we have a already defined method static cube. Now d dot draw, drawing rectangle, and why this call is like this cube 3 not through object. Yeah, it is static. Static means interface name dot the cube, you have to call it like that. Okay, with this note, interface and abstraction is done. So if you
Same like class
have,
name dot method name, right, sir?
yeah, class name dot method name. Here it is interface not dot the method name. Same like that.
Yes, sir. Same.
Okay, so if static is a part of the class name dot method name. If static method is a part of the interface name dot method name. Okay. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, we'll call it a day today. All of you are okay with understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Just share the code and notes, sir.
Yeah, that I'll share in mentor notes, code and notes, no problem. Okay, if you guys don't have any question, then we'll just close this session here only. Saurav, anything is from your side? Anything you want to discuss with the student? Saurav, are you there?
Yes, sir. No, sir, I don't want to.
Okay, fine. Okay,
sir.
Saurav.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. See you in Monday's class. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Bye,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Welcome.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.